What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode 52, and today we are returning with 2 more Premier League games with Aston Villa, hopefully 1 or 2 more signings as well, plus 3 more scouting updates from our youth scouts based in South Korea, Peru, and Egypt as well. We're starting today's episode off with this. How interesting is this news article here? The Player of the Month for December has just been announced, and it's Alessandro Schupf. He won Player of the Month in November, and now he's won it back-to-back. Oh man. I know I did that before earlier in the series. For December and November, Alessandro Schupf named Player of the Month. I don't think I've ever seen a player, particularly one of my players, named Player of the Month in consecutive months. So that's fantastic. And to be fair, this season he's been brilliant. And of course, scored our 3rd goal in our last game against Newcastle. So our games today feature a game against Newcastle. That's our 2nd game today, as we take them on at home after beating them at St James's Park in our last game of December. And before that, another home game as we play host to Sam Allardyce's Everton as well. The scouting updates will come here just for the Newcastle game as well, and hopefully there'll be 1 or 2 more signings today as well, with 7.3 mil in our budget right now. So yeah, just like last episode, lots to get through, so let's dive straight into it. The January window is here, and our first game today is at home to Everton. Just before the game, there was a bid for Rico Henry. Girona wanted to take on a 1-year loan deal, but of course we said no. And also, there's some interest shown in Stephen Bell. Liverpool are going to try and sign him on a pre-contract, and also a youth player's terminated their contract. In the last episode, we discussed El Hindi, who wanted to leave the club and get a pro deal. I didn't think he was good enough, so I said, if you want to go, you can go, and he has indeed gone. So totally fine with me. We've got some better young Egyptian talents anyway. But for those who didn't see the last episode, this right now is our shortlist, and Stephen Bell is one of the players that I was quite excited about. Centre-back, 80 rated, 28 years old, and one of the reasons I really like him is because he's on just 32 grand a week, and he's 6'4" as well, with 84 strength and 85 interceptions, and some really good technical attributes too. So, should we go in for Stephen Bell, or should we let Jurgen Klopp take him? Yeah, I think we'll let Klopp have him. He can have him.
Well, here he is, the debut boy. Certainly one of the most interesting features of the match we're about to bring you, and it's live.
And so, as we dive into the first game of today's episode, taking on Everton, who right now are struggling at the bottom end of the table with just 4 wins in their first 18. Come the end of the game, we'll be halfway through the Premier League season, and regardless of the result, we will still be top of the table 19 games in. But on the back of 8 wins in our last 9 games, once again, we keep the same formation and the same lineup as we look for the same performances and the same results. So Everton's team, very good 4-2-3-1 with a threatening attack of Shervy on the left, Coman on the right, and Sigurdsson supporting Bakambu, but I'm fancying our chances of another victory here after such an impressive streak. Skill for Sigurdsson for Everton, and the former Swans now finds James McCarthy through to Bakambu, who couldn't control it. As Fry gets it away, and we'll get the danger fully clear, with Fabricio Bustos on fire in the last episode, finding Barkley into Brereton, and maybe our first chance here. Barkley against his former team, outpaces Blinton, crosses, and arriving is Benteke. Romagnoli clears, Brereton goes for the acrobatic and fires it way over the bar. I don't know why, but I've got quite a bit of doubt heading into this game. 16 minutes in, I'm not feeling that confident. Not entirely sure why, after such a good run, but maybe it's fatigue that's the problem. We got the job done against Newcastle, but surely, over time, playing the same formation and the same lineup is going to be detrimental to our chances. Maybe this is the game where things come undone. Maybe Everton feel like that as well. Daley Blint down the left-hand side, gets around Ross Barkley and finds Gylfi Sigurdsson. Everton reluctant to cross as Shervy slid in, and Shervy does cross, and at the far post there is Kingsley Coman, and right on cue, Everton do take the lead. I was feeling a little bit pessimistic heading into the game. Kingsley Coman fires the Toffees in front, and they stun the home crowd and take the lead. Just 4 wins in 18, but a lovely incisive move there by the Toffees. A great little ball roll and cross by Shervy across the ground, and at the far post, Kingsley Coman with the finish gets his 5th of the year. Aston Villa 0, Everton 1. I had a bit of doubt heading into the game, and unfortunately my doubts are coming true. 1-0. Here comes Everton again. The goal scorer Coman down the right hand side, tackled by Schupf, but he gets away from him and finds the ball again, and finds a man at the far post in Bakambu, who slides to the ground in frustration because he knows what we all know, and that should be 2-0. Kingsley Coman slicing me open there, plays it through across the ground to Bakambu, who puts it wide. And I've had a terrible first half an hour, all over the place. We're all at sea, and Everton right now are looking on course to double their lead at any moment. Shervy down the left, crosses to Coman again, stones heads clear, and Benteke flicks on. Come on, Aston Villa, wake up. We need to get back on level terms. This is not how we want to start January off. This is not how we want to start January off, lads. Come on, wake up as Benteke flicks onto Brereton, but straight to Morgan Schneiderlin. Everton right now just have our number. They look fitter, they look fresher, and they look hungrier. But Cambu finds Coman. Coman shot blocked. Socrates gets it away. It's Kingsley Coman right now doing all the damage as Everton continue to press for a second goal. James McCarthy. Coman again. Coman again. Coman again. 2-0. It was coming. It was coming. Kingsley Coman's had a brilliant first half, clapped the youngster as he doubles Everton's lead and runs to Sam Allardyce to celebrate. They've been the far superior side in the first 40 minutes and they're 2 goals to the good. Bustos through to Toby and he'll find Grealish. Can we get back in the game here? Jack towards Benteke. Benteke. Oh, great save by Jordan Pickford and Blint and Romagnoli clear it. For the most part, it's been all Everton today. We've had a couple of chances, just haven't taken them. Still trailing by 2. Unless we get half the deficit soon, I'm pretty confident this is going to be our first loss since Manchester United back in November. Bustos away to Brereton. Now we're starting to get some opportunities here. Grealish down the left-hand side. Looks for back-to-back player of the month, Alessandro Schupf, who's been in fine form all season long. Schupf on the ball, stops, turns, rolls it across. Benteke off the post. And then Schupf's rebound goes over the bar. We've not taken our chances today, whereas Everton have taken theirs. We've had opportunities, but failed to convert them, and that's why the Toffees are going to get the win. We've just not been clinical enough. Gylfi Sigurdsson, great free ball to Kingsley Coman, who's been their best player today by a country mile. He's been brilliant, but Stones does rob him. Can we get one late chance? Benteke to Grealish, looking for Ben. And Ben on the ball. If we get one goal, we give ourselves an opportunity. Ben finds some space to get away. Brereton. Oh, and that just sums the game up. Had the chances this afternoon, but failed to convert them. Still 2-0, and the game is over. I can't believe we've missed all these chances. And that is going to do it. Our long undefeated run comes to its end here as Everton come to Villa Park and claim just their 5th win of the Premier League season. And no one to blame for this defeat but myself. They didn't nick it against the run of play. We didn't play far superior. They just took their chances and we didn't take ours. That's why they get the win and we get nothing. Final score, Aston Villa 0, Everton 2. And you see exactly what I mean here in the shots on target column. We had 6, they had 5. We only had 1 on target and they had 4. They were a lot more lethal and that's why they deserved a 3 points. 60% possession as well. They passed the ball around so well in this game. And no surprise for man of the match. Kingsley Coman bagging a brace, 100% passing, was absolutely fantastic for the Toffees as they get just their 5th win of the Premier League this year. Halfway through the season, you'll see the table on the screen in just a moment's time. We are still top of the table, 19 games in. That's absolutely fantastic news, but a really poor way to start January off. Losing our undefeated run, tasting defeat at home for just a 2nd time this season. Not great motivation going to a big game in midweek against Newcastle and then the FA Cup 4th round against Southampton as well. Need to respond instantly. Maybe we could respond by making 1 or 2 more signings before the game against Newcastle. Obviously, our budget right now, 7.3 mil, 78 grand in the wage budget. And there are quite a lot of decent, talented players that we could pick up on a free transfer. And one that I really like the look of is Serge Gnabry, 83 rated left midfielder that can play on the right side as well. We did discuss this guy in the last episode, who I must say really does excite me. Alexei Miranchuk, 3-star, 6 foot with medium work rates and some really nice stats as well. And if we've not got to put this guy on a big contract, secure his signature as well, I think that could be a really cheap bargain on a free transfer. So I'm excited about this guy. I've certainly never had him before. Let's find out if we can bring him to Aston Villa for season 4. Alexei Miranchuk. I must say, I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. Grealish this season's been in amazing form. He certainly wouldn't be a crucial first team player, even though I know he's going to ask for it. We won't bother with rotation. It'll ask for him, yeah, it'll ask for crucial or important at the best. No surprises there. So we'll just say fair enough, but he's not going to outmuscle Jack Grealish based on his form this season. So we'll have to deal with that later and cross that bridge when we come to it. He wants a 4-year deal. We're going to try and get it up to 5 years. Normally when the agent says 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, if you want to go 1 year higher, they pretty much always say yes, like right there. So if you want 1 year extra, always do it because they rarely ever say no. We'll disregard the release clause, of course, but as for money, he does want a wage increase, sadly, but not a big one. Up to 44 grand a week on a 5-year deal. And to be fair, for an 83 rated 24-year-old, who I am quite excited about, I'm not against that contract right there. there. We'll remove the bonus, offer that as it is. He'll probably ask for a wage increase further to around 47 to 48 grand a week. 49.5 grand a week, but you know what? That's still under 50k a week, and for an 83 rated 24-year-old who's only going to get better, that's not a bad contract at all. So Alexei Miranchuk, crucial squad role, 5-year deal, no release clause, just under 50 grand a week. I'm totally fine with that, and he's going to come our first signing of January as well to join us next season. Alexei Miranchuk, very, very excited about this guy. Know very little about him, but I must say he looks like a really good player to add to this Aston Villa team. Welcome, Alexei. There's no way he's taking Grealish's spot. Absolutely no way. As Yoon Jin Park has just decided to terminate his contract. That better not be the goalkeeper I was excited about. He didn't what? Yoon Jin? No, it's not. Yoon Jin Park. He didn't come to us and say he wanted to terminate his contract, did he? I don't remember that player coming to me and saying he wanted to terminate his contract. What? I've just lost a good young talent, but he never came to us and asked us that he wanted a pro deal. Well, fair enough, you can go. We've got some decent players here already, so I'm not too fussed, to be honest. But Il Young Ko's the real Korean standout. And what else is there? Interest shown in Stephen Bell. Oh, it's Malaga now want to take the centre-back. But I'm not sure I'll make any more signings just yet. I think I'm going to go into the Newcastle game next. We've agreed for Miranchuk to come in next season. I must say, I do like the look of Stephen Bell. And again, cheap wages as well. But he's rejected to move to Anfield. But I'm not too sure. Not yet. We'll consider making 1 or 2 more signings for the end of the episode. But we'll play the Newcastle game next and try and get back on the winning wagon. But actually, just before that, there are 3 more scouting updates from our scouts based in Peru, South Korea and Egypt as well. And also, Leeds United. Oh, wow, very interesting. Leeds United want to take Ashley Young on a pre-contract. That is very interesting indeed as they try and sign him to Ellen Road. Fair enough. They want to take him. They can have him. And free scouting as well. I say it's interesting because I really wanted to sell him for a profit. But fair enough. He can go for free if he wants. I don't mind too much. And also finally, a decent young Peruvian talent. Telmo Soria. Looks pretty decent. We'll put him straight in the academy. Campos could be all right. We'll continue to scout on him for the time being. Finally, after 2 months of really poor Peruvian youth scouting updates, there's a good young talent there getting signed to our academy. And we'll reject these 2 youngsters here. South Korea is the next month we have monthly scouting updates from. We shall reject this guy. 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 We shall continue to scout on him. We'll reject him. We'll definitely reject him. We'll reject him as well. And you can definitely go. So, sadly no one from South Korea for this update. But as for Egypt, we're looking for the next Mohamed Salah. Is he here? Perhaps. El Aya looks pretty decent. Can see scouting him? Actually, no, we'll sign him. 3-month scouting. We'll see scouting it. We'll sign him and put him in the academy. He could be okay. He could be very good. El Shami, get in my academy, young man. You can go. You can stay for the time being. You can definitely go. And you can go as well. So, second and final game today then, as we move on to take on Newcastle United, staying at Villa Park, but aiming to get back to winning ways after Everton ended our undefeated run in our last game. So, stick with a 3-5-2 for the game, making loads of change to our lineup. I feel like fitness and fatigue caught up with us in the end, so fresher bodies should help us get the job done tonight against the team we beat so recently. So, 3-5-2, but our lineup is Icardi, Carter, Vickers, Socrates, and Palmer Brown, the defense and the goalkeeper, with Delph back in the starting 11 for the first time in ages, starting alongside Tom Kearney. Green's on the left, Ships on the right, Di Maria's the cam, and up top together, Jonathan Kodjia and Ben Brereton. If we are to stay top of the table to end today's episode off, we might actually have to win tonight. So, big game for us. Got to come through. Got to respond here as Shipp finds Brereton, and Brereton finds Di Maria, and Di Maria gets inside. Angel Di Maria, good block. But his second shot turned in, and when we needed some luck, we get it right there. Aston Villa 1, Newcastle 0. Di Maria's first Premier League goal with Aston Villa as he fires it home with his second time of asking and puts us in front. Well, we needed to settle some nerves tonight on the back of the loss to the Toffees, and this is the way to do it. Angel Di Maria in the team for Jack Grealish. Lovely skills, lovely dribbling. First shot blocked, but came straight back to him and wasn't going to miss the second attempt. First goal of the Premier League. I think he scored already this season in the Champions League, but his first goal in the league regardless of the Villa, and we do do have the early advantage. Thank goodness for that. We needed it.
Corner
For Aston Villa here, 6 minutes before the break. Still leading by a goal, courtesy of Angel Di Maria's early strike. Can we double it? Yes, we can. Angel Di Maria scored his first in the Premier League for us earlier on in the game. And now he's got his second and bagged the brace, pulling a Ben Brereton as well with the prancing bird celebration. He actually scored, I'm remembering, his first goal for the club in the Champions League from a corner. I think it was against Rubin Kazan. And he scored here as well, his second from a corner as well, heading it home. Aston Villa 2, Newcastle 0. What a decision to take Grealish out of the team and put Di Maria in. 2-0. 2-0 to Aston Villa. Could become free here. Kodja. Oh, Di Maria. Di Maria's on for the hat-trick. He's round his man and he drills it home. Angel Di Maria telling everyone this is why I was brought to the club, because I've still got it. Kodja plays him through. I thought the goalkeeper was going to come out, hence why I did a heel-to-heel flick. But I found some space anyway. He drills it home. And what a first half display from Angel Di Maria. He'll pick up the champagne for sure. And he's picking up the match ball as well. 3 goals in the first half for our Argentine. How many times do I say it? These veterans here at Aston Villa breathing new life into this club, and Di Maria is no exception. Breathing. And so in the end, it wasn't consistency that we needed tonight. It was fitter and fresher players to help us get the job done. And one of those players collects the match ball as well. Angel Di Maria's hat-trick separates the sides in a 3-0 scoreline as we respond after our defeat to Everton with a really emphatic win over the Magpies tonight. Great win. That means we will guarantee to stay top of the table to end today's episode as well. There wasn't actually that much going on other than the goals, to be honest, but we didn't need much else going on because Di Maria was as prolific as it comes. 3-0 the final score, 68% possession as well. Got to love that. And no surprise for man of the match, Angel Di Maria, a perfect 10 with the hat-trick as we collect the 3 points and respond big time. A really, really great win. And after the game as well, we do see that once again there's another transfer approach for Ashley Young. This time, Ipswich Town want to take him to Portman Road as Mick McCarthy wants him to join what is a recently relegated side. So 2 championship sides wanting Ashley Young to join them. In fact, Leeds are also recently relegated, aren't they? So 2 recently relegated Premier League sides wanting Ashley Young to join them for Season 4. But right now, as we're about to end today's stuff, we've got Southampton to come, and that's going to come in the next episode. I might try and make one more signing from the shortlist. And on the back of the 3-0 win, I guess we don't need to, but I wouldn't mind a new free transfer, and there's quite a few options here we have to choose between. Now, I do love signing those veterans, and I'd really like João Moutinho coming in next season, 33 years old, cheap wages as well, and a 4-star weak foot and some pretty decent technical stats as well. Not bad physically, he's still got it, but I'm not entirely sure. We did flirt with the possibility of Bell joining us too, but again, I'm not too sure about that as well. 2 good goalkeepers there, but also Lucas Hernandez from West Ham would be a bad option. 23 years old. We're getting some good, young, talented defenders for our club already. Hernandez could be another one, but also Serge Gnabry, that's the big one. 86 grand is his wages right now. We'll probably have to pay over 100 grand to get him, but he's valued at 29 million pounds, can play on either side of the wide midfield area, is physically fantastic, technically very good as well. And if we were to make a free transfer, he would be the very best of the very best. So, I think what we'll do is we will up our budgets we can afford his wages and try and bring Serge Gnabry to Villa Park heading in to Season 4 if we could. In fact, we'll have enough because obviously the money doesn't come out of the budget until the new season. So, yeah, Serge Gnabry, we're going to go in for him. I must say, we've had him before, I think, in the Hertha Berlin save. He looks absolutely fantastic in this one. 83 rated, 24 years old, flair trait as well. Let's try and bring him in. Serge Gnabry has progressed into a bit of a beast already in this save, which is 24 years old. So, crucial squad role, 5-year deal, no release clause. And as for the money, how much they're going to want? Oh, okay, that's not bad at all. I was thinking around 120 grand to 130 grand a week, but 95 grand a week isn't that much. 1.35 mil on the sign-on bonus. We'll remove the appearance bonus as always, but this will probably get the wage up to around 110, 115 grand a week. But that's actually not that bad. 105 grand a week. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that, Serge. That's a really good deal for us. Crucial squad role, 5-year contract. We love our good pacey wide midfielders that can play as inside forwards as well as operating as wing-backs. Not sure about Gnabry's role in the latter, but definitely as the former, he could be really good down that left-hand side. So Gnabry, 105 grand a week, 5-year deal, 83 rated. That's a brilliant contract and a great way to end today's episode off as well. We started off poorly with the defeat to Everton, but we've definitely responded, and I've got to say, this signing signing could be absolutely fantastic heading into season 4. Serge, welcome. So Serge Gnabry and Alexei Miranchuk both agreeing to sign for us next season, both 24 years old, both 83 rated. That's two fantastic new signings right there. Two absolutely fantastic new signings that are really going to improve this team. And if we want to take Aston Villa to the next level, these are the sort of signings we need to make. Yes, of course, we love the veterans. Yes, of course, we love these youngsters. We really need some great first-team quality players now if we are to step up to the next level. So, great way to end today's episode off. A big win over Newcastle and Serge Gnabry coming in next year as well. That is a really, really fantastic signing. But that will end today's episode of Career Mode, though, guys. So, a big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have enjoyed today's episode, then please do drop a like, as likes are of course very much appreciated, and they really help the channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic Monday, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode, featuring very soon, featuring our FA Cup 4th round tie at home to Southampton, and maybe one or two more signings as well.